prepared. Go ahead, over. I was about maybe 7 when I started to dream about going to space. At that time, we did not have any Japanese astronauts, so I didn't know how to go to space. But when I was in high school, the first Japanese astronauts were selected, and then I decided to become an astronaut. It is very important to be in space. We have to be healthy every day to do our job, and also if we go out into outer space on a spacewalk, we have to be very strong. So it is very important to be fit in space. Over. I would say dream what you want to be, to be an astronaut, dream high, work hard, and be nice to your friends, and just be yourself. Over. That is a difficult question, but I would say flying-wise, airplanes, because it goes fast and you can maneuver. Spaceships, it's very high altitude and fast, but basically you turn on the engines and then just sit there. So it's more fun to fly airplanes. Over. Yes, my house right now is in Houston, Texas. I did see Houston, but my house is so tiny I couldn't see it. Over. I tried swimming. I was in a swimming team in high school. I tried swimming in the space station. I tried breaststroke, which was my specialty. However, I started moving backwards. Over. I think the most important change in the space station is that it is growing. We have a lot of room, a lot of modules, and only 6 of us up here working. But the size is going to increase again. We're going to have another part delivered in a couple of years. So it's going to get more interesting, more science to be done. Over. And that is correct. It would take half a year to a year to go to Mars, and then about the same duration coming back. And you'll have to stay on Mars for maybe half a year so that you can get off Mars and come back very efficiently. So that means it's going to be more than a year and maybe up to 3 years. Over. That's a very interesting question. I know that on the International Space Station we've grown wheat in the past. I don't know any other visual. I know that we've grown a small cucumber, and but it is very important to grow something in space if we want to go to Mars, because right now on the International Space Station everything is delivered from Earth. However, we can't do everything like that when we're going to Mars. So it is going to be very important to try to supply our own food on the way on our vehicle. Over. Yes, actually we've done that, and it was more than a year. It was like 500 days in the past. That was, I think, is the record. We had people, maybe 4 to 8 people in one isolation facility, and they were working there, and people were monitoring what kind of improvements they can do, what kind of effect will isolation have on the crew, and they monitored. Now those data will be very important when we are thinking about a mission to Mars. So I think it is a very important test to do that on the ground. That's an interesting question. Right now on the space station, we are very busy, so we don't have any time to be bored. If we do, we have a window that we can look out and take a look at the Earth, and it is very beautiful, so we don't get bored. But if it's flight to Mars, it's going to be just pitch black, dark space outside the window. So it will be very hard to fight the boredom. But I would say, with the crew, talk to the crew, have emails from friends and families, that might be good. Absolutely. I think we will have both men and women, but the more important question is not about gender, but their skills and ability to perform on the Mars mission very well. Over. I wish that it could transform. However, I think the current design is the capsule will separate the rover from it, and then the rover will work on its own. Over. I have not tried the Mark III spacesuit, but the spacesuit that we have on space station weighs a ton. It's like 180 kilograms. So if we go to Mars, that's going to be very heavy, and we won't be able to walk. So we need to make it very light, but also be able to sustain life. Over. I think that is the hypothesis right now, and I'm sure a lot of data will be collected in the next couple of years to verify that. Over. I certainly hope so, because water is a proof that life could be or was on Mars, and we haven't found it yet. Maybe it's underground. Over. I would certainly hope so. Then we would have a next door neighbor. Over. Yes, there is atmosphere on Mars. The composition is a little different from Earth, so we can't breathe without a spacesuit, but it should support flight. Over. I think since we have an atmosphere and some magnetic field on Mars, it might be worse than Earth, but it should be protected a little bit. The worst part of the trip is when we're outside in outer space. That's when the radiation can hit us. Over. I would hope so, and that would help us build a space or Mars